Hey everyone, it's Mr. Aiken here. So today is Wednesday and I don't have students in my room. So I've decided that Wednesdays are going to be the day that we kind of take a moment to reflect and recap some of the stuff that we've covered throughout the week. So because it's the first week, we don't have a whole lot of things to cover. We haven't done a whole lot of content. I've only seen one of my classes so far. I've seen Cohort B, but I just wanted to take some time today to go through a couple slides explaining, kind of what cohorts should expect on certain days, and then also going to take a look around Google Classroom, and I'll show you how to access the online version of the textbook. So let's jump into it. All right, so there's a few things here that I want to talk about as we kind of start the semester. Some of this will be recap because we've already kind of covered it in class and kind of leading up to the beginning of the school year. It's been covered, but I just want to make sure that everyone's kind of on the same page and knowing what what I'm calling cohort they're in. So we have kind of the two cohorts. I have my students that come on Mondays and Thursdays, and my students that come on Tuesdays and Fridays. So if you come to school for face-to-face lessons on Monday and Thursday, you are called Cohort A. And that means you have a virtual lesson on Tuesday and Friday. So keep that straight, that if you are in school on Monday, then you do have a virtual lesson on Tuesday. You then come back to school on Thursday, and you have a virtual lesson on Friday. Cohort B is the exact opposite. So the students that I saw yesterday in class, you are Cohort B. So you had that face-to-face lesson on Tuesday. You'll have another face-to-face lesson on Friday. And then there are virtual lessons for you to complete on Mondays and Thursdays. So try and keep your schedule as straight as possible. I know this can get a little bit confusing. It is for me too, as well as a teacher, trying to keep my two cohorts separated. But we'll make sure that we know what's expected of each other, and we're ready to roll each day that we come into school, because we got to kind of make the most of those face-to-face days. Now, what we're doing right now on Wednesdays, this will be a review day. So I'm going to be sending out a video like the one you're watching right now that contains a bunch of important information from the week prior. So that could be, sometimes I might review some of the content that we've covered, making a short video, 5 to 10 minutes, talking about the subject at hand. That can work as maybe a little bit of study material for you to make sure we're understanding things, but I'll also use it as a way to remind you of upcoming events such as homework or tests. So if we have something coming up in the future, I might say, hey, today's Wednesday, Cohort B, you'll have a test on this day. Cohort A, yours will be coming up soon. Things like that. So I'll be paying attention for those as well. These videos will have a lot of useful information in them, and I'll try and keep them as concise and as brief as possible. So I guess for today's weekly review, we don't have a whole lot, considering I've only seen even one of my classes for a second time. That first day we just did, the typical first day stuff, the syllabus, the rules, all that jazz. So I just want to say welcome back. I'm available if you have any questions about this new school year or what's going on. And we're going to do a Google Classroom tour here in a second, and I'll show you how to access the online textbook. So my main reminders here are that there is a parent letter that was sent home with students. With most of my classes, I believe it's my first hour, Cohort A did not get the parent letter yet, and that was my fault. I forgot to give it out. But you'll get that as soon as possible. I've already put it in the gradebook for the students yesterday that returned it. It's just a letter home reminding students that they can email me with questions, that they should bring their Chromebook, has the school phone number on there, all that good stuff. So it just has a place for the student to sign, as well as a place for the parent to sign their name as well, or somebody at home that I can trust. So there's that parent letter. It's the first 10 points of the semester, so make sure you're getting that back. Next, I've reminded students, and it looks like a lot of students yesterday were able to, but you do need a notebook that is just for this class. So it doesn't have to be fancy by any means, just a regular ruled notebook will do. Reason being is there will be times that students will turn in this notebook, and I don't want them to have one giant notebook that has all their classes in it, because if I take that notebook from them, well, that might not be very good if they, say, have their math homework in there or something like that. So I prefer them to have a notebook that is just for this class. If you need a hand helping or help getting one, just let me know. I have a few extras that I can give out. But hopefully you can get one of those as soon as possible, and I would very much appreciate it. The other final reminder here is that the virtual lessons are being posted. Virtual lesson 1 was posted on Tuesday. Because of the way things worked out with not having school, that is going to be required for all students to complete before Friday. Just kind of, the way things worked out with having Thursday and Friday both off and then having Monday off as well. I didn't want to get the classes too out of flux here. So that first lesson was posted, and hopefully everyone can get that done. And then my cohort B kids, so the students that I had in class yesterday, there will be another lesson posted tomorrow. Now, I kept these first 2 virtual lessons fairly short so that those cohort B students don't feel like they're overloaded with homework here. But I want to make sure we're on the right track. So be paying attention for those first virtual lessons that have been put out. I've seen a lot of students have already completed them, but this is kind of our first reminder here. Now, to finish out today, I do want to do just a quick tour of the Google Classroom that all students should be in. So let me back out here. So here is my first hour class. All the classes are the same. If you still need the code, let me know. Don't join first hour if you're not in first hour, obviously. But just email me and I can give you the code for your class. Now, Google Classroom is pretty straightforward. We have the stream here that has all of our assignments. So far, there's a few things posted. We have the syllabus. So if you wanted to go over, how grading works for the semester or some of the specific class rules, that stuff is there for you to look at. There's the textbook, which we'll come back to. And then the first 2 quote-unquote assignments here, we have the Getting to Know You assignment, which I know a lot of students were able to complete. It was just a quick questionnaire, kind of a get to know you sort of situation. And then the first virtual lesson, that video and questions about Rome. So make sure we're looking at those. Now, the textbook is always available online. Now, if you want to take a physical textbook home, you can just let me know and you can check out a textbook. But otherwise, next week we will probably be getting into actually reading the textbook. So the link for it, you can see it on the stream here, but you can also find it by going to the classwork tab up here at the top. And it has its own section. You can either find it by scrolling down, or you can even click this link here and it'll send you to just the syllabus and the textbook. So there is this link to the textbook here. You just have to open that up. It'll send you to this website, avidworld.weebly.com. And here is every chapter of the textbook that we're going to use. So it's pretty simple here. We start with chapter 12. So all you have to do is find chapter 12, hit download file. You can see in the corner here that it is downloading for me. And then once that download is complete, you just click it and open it up, and it should open up a new browser tab for you in Google Chrome that has the chapter for you to read. It's pretty high quality too. It makes it pretty easy to read for the most part. It's not a physical scan. It's a pretty high quality version. So hopefully it works out for you. So that is how you access the textbook. And I think that's going to do it for our first weekly review. If you have any questions about things that are required from here on out, just shoot me an email, let me know, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. But otherwise, stay safe and have a good one.